It's the NFC Championship game. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Green Bay Packers.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They're going to run the jet sweep. It's Cobb with it. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail?
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Throw left side taken in by Rodgers. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that...
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan
there to make the grab.
And the Packers have struck first in this NFC title game.
Extra point from Mcmanus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Mcmanus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Their mobile, agile quarterback, 59 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either. But, boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense. Guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else. And guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first. Play a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon, 75 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Mcmanus' point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's Mcmanus now to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC championship game. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught off the deflection. That catch good for only a couple.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. How about that? Their quarterback with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. Now the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, he told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
Extra point by Koo, up and good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jump? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now a handoff to Dillon.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
91 yards rushing now as he's looked good here in this opening quarter of the NFC Championship.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the handoff, Dillon. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll roll him out right.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Flush to his right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Kingsley Keke.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, here's Mostert again.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at third and the nose of the football.
Inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Davis. And he's able to get it down to the 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And Davis, he's not going to get there. Unable to make it to the yellow line. They stop him short. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major let.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Royce Freeman taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons have broken our tie. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points, let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we...
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Benardrick McKinney in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Chris Jones now, standing just outside his own goal line. Gets past 1 man. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series for those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. second down, Davis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. On 4th down, Skinner. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A big play there on the catch and run. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Now the Packers get set to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Slant to Adams.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. Oh, he's hit, he lost the football. Put it on the carpet. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. From the gun, they'll try to run it. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing is Rodgers. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Falcons grab it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Coup for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
to make sure they understand it's not a me game.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got him in, complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Touchdown! Amari Rodgers from 13 yards out. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point from Mcmanus is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, here's Mcmanus now to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now,
contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Skinner. He'll buy some time right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Skinner. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. T.Y. Hilton from a yard out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Cobb. 7 yards, the pickup there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So on now is Brandon Mcmanus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the Battle of the Sea. He will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Find out who? Let's turn it.
This trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter.
And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantages and all it's cracked up to be.
Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Here's Chris Jones now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Looking to throw. Skinner looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Skinner. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
113 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On 2nd down, Dillon.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Six yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
Well, that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Six yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
On 2nd down now, it's Davis. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll run it again here with Davis fighting through. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff to Davis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Off the bootleg. Skinner rolling to his right.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Cameron Jordan able to run him down for a loss of a yard. After the sack on first down, Rodgers will set up a screen for Dillon. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cameron Jordan drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all Kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Amari Rodgers. 7 yards, the pickup there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Rodgers leaves to Dillon on the draw.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Rodgers now to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st, and that will force a turnover on downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. It's a big play there for Atlanta. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain. Because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
And his kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Their backs really against the wall now, and we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the fourth. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Skinner getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Fights through, and now a crease. Well, he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Back to the running game with Mostert. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They come up in a 2 tight end look here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Rodgers.
That's caught right side by Rodgers.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From the 44, Rodgers. Flushed out right. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passing. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. A beautiful fake. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.